Very well. Let's start with the body. Covering a polystyrene ball, number 4. We are going to take a portion of white gold porcelain, smaller than the styrofoam ball. Take the gold porcelain up with the help of your fingers until it's completely covered. If it is not smooth, don't worry, because now you are going to press the ball between the palms of your hands to smooth it, pressing without fear. This ball will be covered by a lot of small balls, white balls, different sizes. Let's stick them with vinyl glue all over the ball, with the exception of the base. Let's continue gluing these balls one next to the other, because when the gold porcelain gets dry, it shrinks and some empty spaces will appear. Continue pressing without fear. Very well. Cover the whole body with all these small balls of white porcelain. The whole body, with the exception of the base. Clean your hands if you have some vinyl glue on them. Now press. Look for a brush with hard bristles to give texture to these small balls. We need the cold porcelain to be fresh. To give the dough texture, we need the cold porcelain to be fresh. Keep it fresh with a wipe. We'll texture the whole body, even the base, pressing without fear. In these spaces that appear, make smaller balls to cover all these spaces. Glue them and again give texture with the brush. The whole body must be covered by glue. Very well. Now, make pressure with your fingers at the joint of these balls. The idea is not to leave any empty space. Textured again. The whole body must be covered. Very well. Now we are going to model the legs. With skin color, cold porcelain, make a roll with a round end. This end will become the foot, and we will press on the sole and at both sides to give them an oval shape. I always work giving small touches, looking for the shape I want to give to the cold porcelain. Let's compare both legs. They must be equal, both feet must be equal. Both legs should have the same length. They must be short legs. Add vinyl glue to the upper end. Press and stick to the body. Use vinyl glue remember not too light. And of course, remember always to clean all the surface. It's important. Look for the body and glue them at the front. Glue one leg to one side, the other on the other side. Press firmly. These legs are not textured. Press firmly and then erase the marks left by your fingers. Shorten the legs and smooth the surface of the cold porcelain. Let's make now an ankle bracelet made of small balls. I made around 10 tiny balls of cold porcelain. They also must be textured. Glue them one next to the other. They seem pearls. Add vinyl glue with a thin modeling tool. Glue them around the ankle, not all around, only the upper part, as if they continue all around the leg. I love them. Do exactly the same with the other leg. Now we are going to make the tail. Make a small ball of white cold porcelain. Glue it at the back in the center. The body, the tail and the legs, this part is ready. Now let's make the head. We need 2 styrofoam balls. Cut one styrofoam ball in half and the other one cut it in 3 parts. We are going to use the central part. We aren't going to use the other 2 parts of the styrofoam ball, and don't throw them, you'll surely use them in other work. Now put the 3 parts together, creating an oval shape. Fasten them tightly with a masking tape. And with this, we are going to make the head. Then I will need a wipe, this oval shape, and a portion of cold porcelain. Look, wet the cold porcelain. Place the styrofoam ball on the cold porcelain and start covering the ball with the help of the palm of your hand. The layer of cold porcelain covering the styrofoam ball must be thin. Put the cold porcelain up and take the excess of dough to one end with the help of your fingers. This excess will become the snout. Cover the whole ball. Close all the excess with your fingers, trying to smooth all the lines, all the folds. With the wipe and with your fingers, you'll be able to get this perfect head. Smooth the surface of this head. This head won't be textured. there will be two parts in this head: the skull itself, that is the styrofoam ball, and the excess of cold porcelain, that is the snout. Separate the skull from the snout, pressing with your fingers, making a hollow to show the place where the eyes will be placed. Here I press firmly enough to show the hollow for the place for the eyes. With a steel modeling tool, draw a line in the middle of the snout. This is nice to be seen. Retouch the area of the eyes. Remember, this isn't textured. It must be smooth. In the upper end of the line, put a tiny nose, a tiny pink rose, a pointy nose. And now it's the moment of the eyes. Here I have these self-adhesive eyes. If you don't have these self-adhesive eyes, you can use black pearls or any other type of eyes. You can use any type of eyes. Look for the place for the eyes. In this case, I am placing the eyes separate. In the previous model, I placed them nearer. But there is not an exact place. You choose where you would like to place the eyes. Now place the eyes in these hollows and press. Press firmly, without fear. Smooth constantly. You must be very careful when working with the head, because as it is still fresh, we can leave marks in it. Now, with a curving modeling tool, make these lines under the eyes. I love these lines under the eyes, but if you don't like, don't draw these lines. Now, with a rubber modeling tool, push the upper part of the eyes up so as to prevent the cold porcelain from going down. We are going to use talcum powder to prevent the tools from sticking to the dove. Cover the whole head with a bit of talcum powder because we are going to give color to the piece later. From time to time, press the eyes to sink them a bit more. This sheep has got white wool eyebrows. We are going to make two very small tears and place them above the eyes. Press, and as it is wool, texture them with a small brush. Be very careful. Let's continue coloring this sheep. Now the cheeks. Use a short brush with pink dust. With a thinner brush, color the area of the eyes. Sweet eyes. On the nose. Be careful that the cold porcelain is still fresh. Very well. Let's get this area darker with black chalk and a thinner brush. Color the upper part of the eye. It will appear bigger. And with a black watercolor pencil, draw carefully the eyelashes. Now let's finish the face. Now let's make some sprinkle touches. I make tiny white balls of cold porcelain to decorate the face. Add vinyl glue and stick one on the nose and the other two, one on each cheek. Look how beautiful. Very well. Well, here we have the body. Prick a wire into the body and leave the wire up to 2 centimeters out to prick the head into it. The wire must be galvanized. Look for the center of the lower part. Press firmly the head down to the body. Be very careful not to leave marks on the head. Smooth with the palm of your hands, with your fingers. Remember that this head is not textured. Very well. Now we are going to make 2 tiers for the ears. White tiers. One white tier, flatten it and give texture to the doff with a brush, both sides. We are combining smooth cold porcelain and textured cold porcelain in the body and the ears. Now make a smaller pink tier, flatten it, add vinyl glue and press it on the other. This inside part of the ear is smooth. Press in the middle to make them wider. Close the ends. Make both ears equal. Here we have both ears. Add vinyl glue at both ends and place them at both sides from behind. Horizontally, not like a rabbit. Glue them from behind. And now you can give them some movement. Give movement to both ears. I love them. Now let's make several textured balls. First, make and texture lots of small white balls to cover the head. Add vinyl glue to the head and glue them in the upper part of the head, from ear to ear. I have already textured all the balls. I love both the smooth and the textured cold porcelain. Cover the hold up ahead. Try to place one next to the other, because when the cold porcelain gets dry, it shrinks. Add vinyl glue, cover the whole area and press them. Complete the back and texture it again with the brush. Complete the whole area, and I'm pressing to make the ball to stick to each other. If there are empty spaces, we need to add smaller balls. Don't worry if you press and flatten a bit the balls. Don't worry, complete all the back area. It is exactly the same as we did with the body. Add smaller balls. Glue them and texture again. Very well. Now we are going to make the arms. Take 2 balls of cold porcelain, smaller than the legs. Turn the ball into a roll, the same shape of a leg, only that the round end is not flat. The round end is the hand. Let's make some lines, both arms the same length. Add vinyl glue and let's think together the place we want to glue them. There are several possibilities. I've decided to place them here. I want these arms to hold a heart. Place the shoulders nearer. Look, there is an air bubble. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes some air bubbles appear. Erase it with a wipe. Water the place and smooth it with your fingers. Let's make now a heart, a short heart, a short ear, short and wide. The sheep will hold this heart in her hands. Divide it in the middle, from behind, and pay attention to erase the hard edges. Don't flatten it a lot. We want a fatty heart. Glue it to the body and place it between both hands. Now smooth with your fingers. You can write a message on this heart. Now let's make a beautiful bow. We are going to make 2 pink balls. Turn the ball into a roll. Make both ends thinner. And now, with a thin modeling tool, make a hollow along the length of it. Now turn both ends and join them. If it is too long, cut it with a pair of scissors. Do exactly the same with the other ball. And now we are going to make thinner, a thinner roll. We need to make another strap. And we are also going to make a hollow along the length of it. Use this thinner strap to cover this union. I love this bow, it's beautiful and easy. Now, choose where you would like to glue this bow. On the head, on an ear. You choose the place where you like best. Add vinyl glue and press. Now we are going to give some color to this sheep. Use dark orange to give darkness to the folds. To the folds of a skin color gold porcelain, all around the face, behind the nose. In this dividing line of the snout. On the sole, you can color pink or dark orange. You can match them. And also inside, in the inside part of the ear. Very well. Some delicate touches on the bow. And even on the wooden head. And here we have the sheep I previously modeled. They are never equal. This one has the eyes nearer, small differences that make each piece unique. I am retouching the colors. I encourage you to model this sheep and enjoy this beautiful and simple work. I love preparing these classes for you. A huge kiss for you all.